stash. Secret agent stash. Wearing new disguises on every gaming screens. Wearing new disguises on every gaming screens.
What is going on, all my agents out there? Thank you guys for joining us here again. We're going to be ranking some of the top Web3 games today, and I have on the channel a special guest. Please help me welcome the Buffessor, who's going to be helping us rate these games today. Some of the best Web3 games out there. What is going on, Buffessor?
What's up, man? GM. It's 7 a.m. in the morning for me here in Singapore, but it doesn't matter because in Web3, it's always GM no matter where you are. So yeah, I'm very excited to
we're gonna get hyped. We're gonna get hyped here. So you know, this is something that I've been doing with a lot of our other friends here in the greater crypto gaming sphere, right? Maybe you've seen the videos before, maybe you guys haven't, but it's always a new ball game whenever I have a guest here rating some of these top games. Sometimes the games are the ones you love. Sometimes they're ones you're like, why is this game not on there? Damn you, Stash, you're a moron. But that's okay. That's okay. We can't have all the games on here. But Buffessor is going to rate and rank all these from the top of the tops, S tier, all the way down. Correct. You ready for this? That's you. Are you ready?
Oh, me? Am I? Yeah, I'm ready.
He's like, it's 7 a.m. Damn it, Stash. What are you?
I'm not prepared for all these questions. It's too early.
It's true. All right. Well, okay. Maybe what we need is something to kind of kick your adrenaline level up.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think I got just the thing. And I think this will help everybody else here to kind of understand exactly who you are and some of the things you've done here in the past. This will be interesting. So let's take a quick look at this quick clip from a little bit of Buffessor.
He's gonna show you the most embarrassing stuff.
This is a hotness, man. This is a hotness. You guys ready for this? All right, let's go.
Oh my God, no!
Let's show him himself a newcomer here to work right entertainment.
Look at this guy. This guy is a champion right here. Champion.
Like he said, he has perfected what are called the sing a fit.
In dastardly ways, I had to put it. He hasn't been 100% fair.
It's true. Dude, so are you gonna treat these games fair today?
Nah. I'm gonna give them what they deserve.
Give them what they deserve.
What they deserve.
I love it, man. All right, so let's jump into checking out some of these Web3 games today and see what's on our list for this tier list video today. Let's do it.
Sure. Let's do it.
Oh, there we go. Boom. All right, so let's see here. Let's see. Hold on. We gotta fix something here real quick. Gotta fix something here real quick. All right, that's better. All right, so you can see all the games. So we put together some of the top games here. Talked about Buffessor, some of the games he wanted to rank, as well as some other games that we've had here on our list previously. So we're gonna just jump right into this. At first glance, do you recognize most of these logos in these games here?
Yes, I do.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
So let's just do like we always do, and just so you guys know, everyone is aware. This is 100% non-paid. We just do this for fun. We're just out here having fun, me and Buffessor. This is the first time that he's been on the channel here with all of us agents. So please make sure you guys give him a nice warm welcome. Go give him a follow. And we're going to jump into these games today. Now, as you guys know, we try and make sure that all these games are playable in some sort of way, whether it's maybe like a closed alpha or in a beta state, or maybe it's fully playable. But you can play them. Important. So we're just going to dive in, and we ping pong around. So if you haven't seen before, like, we're going to start at the front and we'll go to the back, and we'll just keep working our way through. And Buffessor will give his ratings here. So let's just kick it off with the first game on the list, Alien Worlds. What do you know about Alien Worlds? Have you played it? Where do you rank it?
I have played it. It's a trading card game, and I would put it at a D.
Go in D, man. So
I just want to say, man.
Tell us about it.
I just want to say, like, these games, it's my personal opinion, and I'm not a fan of trading card games. So, if I put your game in D, then don't get too offended. Maybe my game that I rate in S is a D for you. So,
True.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. I mean, this is people's personal opinion, but that's okay. Yeah. You can still get mad at him, and I can still shit on his choices. It's all good. I'll probably agree with you on that one, though. So I'm probably gonna have to agree with you on that one.
I mean, we're gonna get into a fight today, huh?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I want any of that, man. Don't give me what was it? The Singapore what? The Singapore Sting, like bam. All right, so we're kicking it off here. Yeah. We're kicking it off here with the D rating for Alien Worlds. Let's jump to the end of the list here and hit Undead Blocks. I know you're a fan of this game, but where do you rank it amongst all these other games?
Undead I think Blocks. At the moment, I would put it at B because it's just a single-player zombie shooter. But I think it has a lot of potential. I think when squad mode comes out, it's going to be very, very entertaining to play. And I know that they're planning to build an open world, a zombie battle royale with a bunch of other players. So I think when that comes out, Undead Blocks will have a lot of potential. So right now it's a B, but I think it can move up with the future updates.
I'm right there with you, actually. I would agree with that listing as well. I don't always agree with every guest and every rating, but Undead Blocks, it is like the loop right now is basic, but it's fun. Yeah. Can't beat that, man. It's shooting zombies in the damn head. Yeah,
I mean it's a nice little loop they have right now, but I think it's gonna get a lot more fun soon.
Yeah, I definitely see that. All right, so speaking of fun, what do you think about Ori Project?
I'm gonna put it at C, just because it looks really good, but there just isn't much that we can do with Ori right now, so I'm gonna put it at C.
Right. Yeah, one of the things about them, and this is I've a little critique I've had on some of these last tier lists I've done, is that the way they kind of spun this was JRPG, and they're like cool painted backgrounds and all that stuff, and then I feel like I saw the battle auto battle or the like tactic style battles, and it was like it doesn't really feel like exactly what I was thinking here. Yeah, but I mean, other stuff like open world stuff looked pretty good. I just feel like maybe they didn't deliver on that specifically.
Yeah, the overall does look beautiful, but yeah, man. Yeah, I agree with you with what you said before. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're moving along nice here, guys. What do you have you played Townstar? Are you a farmer?
I mean, like I love Clash of Clans, but I don't know. Townstar, I'll put it at C.
Go and C. All right.
Yeah,
but have you actually played Townstar before? Is it something you have experience with, or are you just kind of know of it? You're not really much of a.
I just know of it.
Farmville, yeah.
All right. I've not played it before. What are your thoughts?
I was gonna say, I'm dropping a interview tomorrow with Mr. Jason Bitbender Brink, the head of blockchain over at Gala Games, and he dropped some pretty juicy Townstar nuggets on us in that video, and I kind of hated on him a little bit. I was like, hey man, you guys have pulled back the play to earn. I don't know, is it dead? And he's just kind of like, nah, man, we got some hot shit incoming. So I don't know. We'll see, man. It may have to move up in the rankings for me because I was putting it in straight wrecked when I heard they pulled away those play to earn rewards. Man, this game is wrecked. It's over. But he says there's some big expansion coming. So
I guess I gotta make sure I keep an eye out for that.
Right.
That's interesting. Okay.
All right.
I'll tune into the interview.
Yeah. It was a good interview. We had a lot of fun. Always have fun with everybody on the channel, man. That's how we do it. Yeah. If you're not having fun, dude, the hell are you doing here, right?
That's true. That's true.
And speaking of fun, I'm not gonna lie, man. Your shorts, they're fun. I watch them. I'm like, this guy's funny.
Hey, man, I try. I'm working hard on those shorts.
I see it, man. I see you out there, man. All right, let's move on to a big one. Axie Infinity. Tell us about it.
I'm gonna put Axie at D, just because I don't think it's a fun game right now.
Going D.
And yeah, I don't really care about the tokenomics. I'm not gonna rate them based on the tokenomics because
Sure. Okay.
I don't think any of these other games have amazing tokenomics yet, at least. So I'm just gonna put it at D because I don't like the gameplay, and I know a lot of people that I speak to, especially Web 2 gamers, they don't find Axie Infinity fun. Like, they look at it and they laugh. So.
Yeah, not a big fan either. Not a big fan either, man. And yeah, a little disappointed with their recent updates, which I have a video out coming on Friday. So if you guys want to hear all about my take on these recent updates that Axie has pushed out, look for that coming Friday. But not happy.
Yeah, man, I am completely out of the Axie loop right now. Like, I know what they're doing. Like, I know what the game looks like. I know how to play it, but I've not been keeping up with the updates.
I feel that. And hey, you guys out in chat, I see a bunch of agents in chat. We got Gen X Crypto. I see Miss Teen Crypto hanging out with us as well. LGG Guild, Sean D. And NFTs for Sale says he's listening on the 2-hour ride. Good for you, man. You guys toss your rating in as well. If you hear a game that you want to rate, I want to hear you guys' ratings too. Toss them in. Let me hear what you're saying. Or if you think that Mr. Buffessor here got it wrong, I want to hear that too. Or maybe I got it wrong. Shit, who knows?
If you think I'm stupid, let me know.
There you go. Larry says, burn your Axies to keep warm this winter. It's an option. It's an option.
It is an option. It's getting pretty cold in here. My AC, I usually blast my AC, so that's a nice option.
Yeah, there you go, man. All right, let's jump to the next one. This is a pretty popular MOBA, but when it comes to tokenomics, maybe they screwed the pooch a bit. What do you think about Thetan Arena?
Definitely did. They definitely did screw up the tokenomics, but the game is very fun. I really do enjoy it. So I'm going to put it at B.
Going B? Okay.
I think it's a very fun game.
Yeah.
Like, it's super addicting. I remember when it first came out, I was glued to my computer, man. I usually sleep at like 9 p.m., but I stayed up until 2 a.m. playing that game. So, yeah, I just really enjoy those type of games.
That's a sign of a good game, man. And I feel the same when I can kind of like lose time in a game and I'm like, oh shit, it's been 3 hours. I didn't even, you know, it was like, I thought it was just 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I remember I was like raging. I was feeling all kinds of emotions, happiness, excitement, rage. I didn't want to go to the bathroom. So.
I feel that, man. Yeah, you're right. I would say that, the game is fun. Tokenomics kind of screwed me in the beginning. It kind of really soured me, to playing it. But
yeah.
The game loop itself is actually something that I think a lot of people enjoy. They say they have like almost 10 million players. I don't know if I believe that, but
I mean, I've been hearing that there's a lot of bots.
Yeah,
that's what people in the Thetan Arena community say.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. Thetan Arena B. What do you guys in chat think about it? Anyone play Thetan Arena? Oh, Gen X says he has not played it. Fun, but economy is eh. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, the economy's wrecked.
Yeah. If we could split it up and put like half a Thetan Arena in the wrecked category and half it be for fun, like then I think we got it.
Yeah. We can split it in two, sure.
Yeah. Okay, so this is one that I know you've played. I know you talk about it a lot. Big Time, man. What do you think about Big Time? Share your thoughts about Big Time.
I would still put Big Time at B.
Going B still Big Time. I'll B with Big Time. All right. Tell us why. Tell us why.
Because I've been playing Big Time so much since the alpha came out because I've had a gold pass, and it's just so repetitive right now. I feel like I'm doing the same things over and over and over again. And like they constantly reset my levels, so like I've had to level up like 5 different times. So I just don't have any motivation to play that game. But it's like Undead blocks for me. I think it has a lot of potential going forward, and I think when the updates come out, it could move up the list, and I'll probably spend a lot of time in Big Time. Yeah.
I got you. I kind of feel the same way about Big Time. I think there's a lot of potential there. I think the game itself is beautiful. I love the graphics. But yeah, I felt the same way. It was like very repetitive. Like the game loop is like, all right, it's the same thing, the same enemies, the same dungeon, the same bosses. There's not a lot there. And I felt like it was also kind of lacking some single player stuff. I know it's very focused on being a co-op game, but you know, that was something I was kind of a little bit disappointed with. Is just like, just the monotony of like, all right, same thing over and over and over again. And I think I got to like level 14 or some shit, and I was like, all right, maybe maybe I'm gonna take a break from this grind here, you know.
I mean, the other thing about Big Time is that the team is very solid and they're very well funded. So.
They're definitely an excellent team. People we've worked with here in the past, and I think that they have something there. I think it's just, like you said, it needs to be expanded a little bit. And I think once they get some more updates and expansions there, could be a really good game. And you know, a lot of people don't realize that there are a lot of games that come out and right away they're not a hit. You know, Fortnite was not a hit for like almost a year. No one was playing Fortnite, man.
Yeah. I think that's gonna hit the Web3 community very hard when when their most favorite game gets released and it doesn't blow up right away. Like, it's okay. It might take 4 years for the game to explode. I think we all need more patience, I guess.
Exactly. All right, jumping to the back of the list. What do you think about Synergy Land?
Ooh, I love Synergy Land. Like, I'm actually gonna put Synergy Land at A.
Going to A.
Yo, I played their demo like so many times. I love those kind of games, and it's just another one of those games that I think I'll really, really, really enjoy once the full game comes out. I think it's super underrated.
And you know, out of all the games on this list, that's one of the games I have not actually played. And this is kind of like it's a little bit like a Diablo style dungeon kind of crawler, but not dungeon.
Yeah, it's not for everyone. It's definitely not for everyone, but. To me, it just like I want to like wake up on Sunday with my coffee and just play Synergy Land.
It's like a kicked up version of like Lost Relics. Have you played Lost Relics before? It's kind of an old school.
I've seen it. Yeah.
It like top down, ARPG type of style, right? Yeah.
Do you like those kind of games?
I do. Yeah, actually, I do. I played Lost Relics for quite a bit. In the early days. And big fan of like Diablo, which I would consider like that's kind of the grandfather of that style. But there's a lot of other good games like that,
Yeah.
Okay, going A with it, man. That's a guy. It surprises me a little bit, but like I said, it's not one I played, so I can't really say too much about it. But yeah, I mean, I'll have to jump in and give it a test drive.
I was gonna put it at B, but then my brain's like A something.
Got to go with the instinct, man. Good instincts are important. All right, let's talk about Blankos Block Party. Are you a Blankos fan? You own some Blankos? You like the mini games?
I do own some Blankos. I do enjoy the mini game. Like, I'm gonna put it at A just because I think it's the type of game that other people really love and enjoy.
Yeah.
Like, everyone I show Blankos to, they're like, "Oh my god, this game looks like a lot of fun. I actually want to play this." I personally would not spend too much time in Blankos because it's not my type of game, but I know that a lot of people enjoy it. So just for that, I'm going to put it at A.
Yeah. I mean, I really enjoy Blankos. It's a fun thing to play with the community on stream. That's one of the things I like about it is it's an easy multiplayer game. You can get a bunch of people in, and they're quick games. You got shooting, you got racing, and then the worst of all, the vibe collecting. I hate that one. I hate that mode.
I hate that too. I mean,
but
they're all funded too.
Yeah. I mean, the top-notch team, with Mythical, and I'm going to be doing a Blankos stream, a Halloween-themed Blankos stream next week. Yeah, we're going to give away some Halloween Blankos and have a brawl with a bunch of the community and stuff like that. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Is that what your tweet was about? Your Halloween costume?
No. So I do like custom Halloween installation at my house every year. So me and my entire family, we like build custom Halloween decorations, and it's like always a different theme, and it's like this whole walkthrough in our entire like front yard, kind of like a haunted house style of shit. So we build all the stuff ourselves. So that's why I've been working on that here the last month or so.
Exciting.
Yeah, time consuming. All right. So let's go take a look at the next game on our list. And this is one that I actually really enjoy a lot. But what do you think about Superior?
It looks like a lot of fun. I've not played it yet, but I'll put it at A just because of how fun it looks. And I've been meaning to try it. I just haven't made the time to do it. and it seems like everyone else that has played it also really loves it and always talk about how amazing it is. So it's definitely one that I really, really, really want to play, and I think I'll enjoy it too, based on what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, out of all these games, like Superior is the one where I'm like, dude, this is gonna be a hit. Thetan Arena is fun. Big Time's also fun. Blankos I like as well. But when I played Superior, I was like, man, this game is at a level where it's like this comes out and people are like, this is actually fun. It's cool. It's quirky. They have a lot of like good comedy and stuff in it too. Like some of the characters, I think they've done a pretty good job. A pretty good job of making a fun game and an interesting game. It's a little bit different than what you see out there.
Yeah, I think I might just try it out this weekend because I do have some time. Hopefully have some time. Yeah.
I played it on my channel. It's been a little while. I didn't get to play it in the last play test here, but they made a big announcement yesterday. Huge announcement. I don't know if you saw this, but Superior is going to be launching on the Steam store. And Steam has been, they've been very against NFT games and crypto games, and I don't know how they got this to happen, or maybe they just snuck under the radar and like, all right, guys,
maybe they lied.
Don't tell Steam that we're an NFT game.
I mean, either way, as long as they didn't lie, it's good news. Which I doubt they lied. So
we'll see how that goes down, man. I'm interested to see about that, but definitely gonna be playing Superior on the stream again. And you should definitely jump in. And when you do, let me know, man, and we can co-op and team up because you got to have it's a 3-person usually. I mean, you could go solo, but it's much easier and better when you have people to play with. So
yeah, I'm done. Sounds fun.
Cool. All right, moving right along, man. Moving right along here. Oh. NRFB in chat says, I hate that I like Superior.
Is it just too time consuming? Why does he hate it?
I don't know, but he hates it. It's that good, I guess. It's that good.
It must be really good then. Maybe I shouldn't play it then.
So the chat says Steam's policy has changed to you can't see NFTs or tokens in our Prime store, otherwise they stopped caring. So basically, they're just saying you can't show the NFTs or talk about NFTs or enable the NFTs, but we'll still have you on there.
Okay.
Crazy. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, maybe they felt the pressure from Epic. They saw all these games launch, like, oh man, Epic is starting to swoop them all up.
Yeah, maybe. It just goes to show that the NFT world is still massively demonized.
Yeah. True. It's very true. Very true. All right, let's jump to back to the top of the list here. What about Champions Ascension?
I think this game has a lot of potential.
Yeah?
I'm gonna put it at C now, just because I
go and see.
I haven't seen much from them. I saw their open world, and their fighting game does look very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
arena style.
I think it can move up the list. Yeah, I think it can move up the list once they update, because they do have a very good team and they're very well funded too.
Yeah, they have they've been a little bit slow to development. This is a game I've been watching since before their first NFT release, and I actually got to jump in with a bunch of people into the Sleeping Carcadon, which is their first mini game area, and you're inside of the pub, right? That's part of their big open world, and it's called the Sleeping Carcadon. And it was actually, for when we talk about like games coming out with an experience before the full game is released, which we see a lot of, right? Especially here in Web3, like, oh, this is the mini game, or this is the preview, or we're seeing a lot of that. And this was one of the best ones I've ever experienced. It was polished. It was just a small pub area, but they had 2 cool mini games that you could actually play, and they had a little way to earn some stuff. They got you some. It was actually a lot of fun. I was hanging out with the community. There was open chat, proximity chat, and I had a good time. I mean, I will say I was also heavily drinking that Friday, but
that helps.
But but it was still good. It was still good. We had a good time. So, all right. So yeah, I could see that. I would agree with you on that one. I would agree with you on that one. All right. So what do you think about Splinterlands here? I know you said you're not much for card play, like card games, but what do you think about Splinterlands?
I'm gonna put Splinterlands at D.
Go in D. Okay. What are your reasons for Splinterlands at D?
It's very hard for me to like a trading card game. There is, there is another. We'll talk about that game when we come to it. But so yeah, I just don't like trading card games. So that's the reason that I'm putting it at D, because I just don't see myself ever really putting too much time into it.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, TCGs and card games are definitely not for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely a smaller niche of gamers in general, because there's a lot involved there, and you know, some people like a little bit more high action.
Yeah.
You know, have you ever given Splinterlands a try? Have you ever tried to you know, jump on there and just check it out, or are you just like, nah, I don't do card games, dash, damn it.
I'm literally just like, nah. I saw it, and I'm like, I don't know. So maybe I'm being, you know, ignorant because I'm not even giving it a chance.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you don't like card games, you probably won't like Splinterlands. But in general, I think they've gotten a lot right.
Where would you put it on the list?
For me, I would probably put it in B or possibly A tier for several reasons. They have a really good team. They are the longest running, or like one of the oldest play and earn NFT games out there. They've been around since 2018, and you know, so they've done a really good job with their tokenomics and making sure that, you know, when we talk about play and earn or play to earn is dead, well, they've been successfully doing it here for the last, you know, 4+ years. And you know, they haven't gone the way of Axie, where they literally built an economy that just really was propped up and couldn't be sustained. So yeah, I think that there's a lot to it, you know, beyond just like, oh, okay, well, it's a card game, and they are expanding on some other stuff. But in general, like I said, if you don't like card games, it's probably not one that you would like either. You know,
I'm gonna take your word for it and bump it up to a C.
Oh, don't take my word for it.
I mean, if that's true, if they did get the tokenomics right for the past 4 years, then
I don't like to influence our guests too much here, agents, but.
Hey, I trust you, man. You know. I trust you. we trust Dash.
Trust little Papa Stash here. All right. Well, let's go take a look. Well, you know, I don't know. I'm just a dude. I'm just a dude in a trench coat, and possibly I'm wearing underwear. And you know, I like playing video games, man. What can I say? And I love crypto, so here we are. Shit.
I guess. Yeah. True.
All right. Earth from Another Sun. I just played this game on my channel, and I had a lot of fun playing it. But what do you think about Earth from Another Sun?
I think it's a lot of fun. I'm gonna put it at B.
Going B. Okay. Tell us what you think about it. Like, why you like it?
It just looks like a really good game. Like, I still have to play it, but I just know that when I log into it, I'll really enjoy it. So it's on my list of games to play. And also, they had that really cool scene. So I was gonna put it at C, but then thanks to that scene, it's a B.
Yeah, it was cool.
I'm talking about.
I got to go in with one of the devs, and so he gave me superpowers. He gave me he leveled me up and like gave me all this stuff so we could go take over an entire planet. And it was a lot of fun, man. We had this massive battle against the entire planet, and just all these mechs and crazy gigantic tanks, and then I took it over, and then now my CryptoStash banner is all flying around the planet and stuff. And I was like, yeah, eat it, suckers.
It looks really smooth.
It is, yeah. It's a lot of fun, man. It's a cool, you know, they do a good job of like jumping from the kind of you know, third-person shooter, like first-person shooter into like the space, like being wide in a spaceship and like having different planets and finding, you know, mining stuff and things like that. So yeah, it was pretty fun.
There are a lot of games in Web3 now, so I have to like a lot. Like, I'm discovering new ones every day on Twitter. It's just crazy.
Me too. I try and keep abreast of everything out there, and it is definitely not an easy job these days. You know, back in
impossible.
Yeah, it's becoming and like before it was like, okay, well, there's a bunch of shitty games and there was a couple good ones, and now like the quality of the games are definitely so much higher. You know, massive change from just a few years ago when there was almost nothing.
I brought on a Web2 gamer on my YouTube channel, and I just like asked him to look at 8 different NFT games, and he was very surprised. He was like, "Whoa,
yeah,
I did not know that NFT games could look like this." That's literally what he said.
I mean, and that's a funny thing. Like you said, there's still this kind of stigma around NFTs and in gaming, and they think I think when traditional gamers kind of think about NFTs in gaming, they think that it's a very specific type of game, that it's going to be shitty, kind of like an Axie Infinity or you know, like an Aliens, where it's just like these weird card games like you're earning but they're not really good or engaging. And you know, many games on this list here today are changing that narrative, but they're not, you know, they're not yet making waves. I think they're going to. Well, it just we haven't got to the point where like boom, this is a breakout hit and people are playing it like crazy on Twitch. Because I'm you know, I'm sure I don't know how long you've been a gamer for, but you know, whenever a massive title hits Twitch or there's a standout hit, like then everyone starts playing it, right? Like I don't know if you remember when like Among Us like broke out on the scene and like everybody was playing Among Us, and the same thing happened with Fall Guys, you know, and so like I can't wait till we see that happen to a crypto game or an NFT based game.
It'll happen. It's only about time.
Yeah,
it may take a few more years, but it will happen.
What do you guys in chat think? What do you guys think will be that breakout game that will be the one that everybody just like, it just invades the entire Twitch network and everyone wants to play it because it's hot and new? I want to hear you guys' thoughts in chat about that. If you guys think that there's a game out there that's NFT enabled that could do that, Here. All right, moving on. Spider Tanks.
I'll put it at C. It looked like a lot of fun.
Spider Tanks, you haven't played it, huh?
Looks like a fun little game. And yeah.
Are you a MOBA player? Do you play MOBAs?
Yeah.
What's so because you said you really enjoyed Thetan Arena, and Spider Tanks has a little bit of a similar feel. Personally, I kind of like the feel of Spider Tanks more than I like the feel of Thetan Arena, but you know, it is different in a little bit of different ways.
Is there something you can point on, like why do you like Spider Tanks more than Thetan Arena?
You know, I guess really I love the ability to like mix and match all the different tank parts. So, you know, versus how you have your characters in Thetan Arena and then, you know, you're leveling them up and they have like they're kind of geared towards specific styles, right? Specific, you know, strategies or ways you're going to kind of play them because they have specific different, you know, abilities, right? Mm-hmm. But Spider Tanks is very mix and match. So you have like your tank bottom, and some could be faster or slower or more armor or less armor, and then you have your weapon top, and it's, I don't know, it's just kind of interesting. Like, so there's less there's more options, but you have less abilities, we'll say, right? I mean, you still get to pick other things that kind of change the game there, but I don't know. I feel like the pace of it was nice too, and it's a little bit more methodical maybe than you know, what we see with Thetan Arena, which is a little bit, I would consider a little bit more fast paced and a little bit more chaotic, perhaps. Yeah,
it's definitely very chaotic.
Yeah.
So I guess the Spider Tanks is a lot more customizable.
Yeah, a lot more customization going there, and then they have like a capture the chicken mode. Gotta love that.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, no, it's cool, man. They're getting ready to launch here. I think the end of this month, 31st. So I may be doing a big live stream on the channel on launch day. And I think actually Jason from Bitbender from Gala Games may be joining me, and we're gonna go stomp on everybody just out in the lobby there and see who we can smash on together.
Hey man, I'll be there.
There we go. Let's do it, man. All right, go and Steve with the Spider Tanks. All right, next up on our list here, EV.io. EV.io. What do you think about EV?
I'll put EV at C as well. It's a very fun game.
Okay.
Very fun game. I've played it. I've played a lot of it, but I just don't see. Like, I don't know if it can. I don't know if it can be the game to take a Web3 game's mainstream.
Sure.
Just because, first of all, it's a browser-based game, and people just don't like browser-based games for some reason.
Really?
They just don't want to play it. Yeah.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think normal gamers or traditional gamers don't like browser-based games?
Like this is what I'm trying to understand too. To me, it makes literally no difference, but I keep hearing it over and over. Like, I literally cannot wrap my head around it. Whenever I say, like, what are your thoughts on EV.io or EV? Do you think it can blow up? They always answer, it's a browser-based game. And like, I don't understand what's the problem with it.
Yeah. I don't get it either, man, because, you know, I guess if you look at like where we've been with browser-based games in the past, then perhaps I could see like, all right, that you know, oh, that makes sense. But like where we're at right now with browser-based technology, I really do think that it's gotten to a point where it's so good and so powerful that you can do so much more with it than you really could just a few years ago. And I mean, when you talk about evolutions here in like cloud computing and like server side like cloud streaming of games where you're not even downloading anything anymore and it's literally just streaming to browser based makes total sense. It makes total sense. So,
yeah,
and I'm right there with you. It's
maybe it's just demonized for no reason.
It's been demonized. Exactly. I don't know, man. I don't know. There'll be a breakout. There'll be a breakout game where like, oh, everyone's like, oh shit, you can just play it in your browser. I mean, I love the approachability of Eevee, right? That's one of the cool things about it. It is easy just to jump in. Boom.
You don't even have to make an account. All you have to do is type in the website, and you're already in the game. That's amazing.
Yeah. It doesn't get any easier than that, man. Doesn't get any easier than that. Pat in chat says he says Ember Sword's alpha as a browser based did throw him off a bit. A lot of people saying that they didn't build their rigs for browser based games. Damn it! I could see that. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about Cypher.
I'll put Cypher at C.
Go and C with Cypher as well. That C category is starting to stack up here. Looking like a middle finger, like this ways though. Look at you. Do you see it? It's like gotcha.
This is the reason I'm putting them at C, just because like I've not seen they just haven't produced much playable content yet. Yeah. I do know that everyone that plays Cypher says it's a lot of fun, and I do think they have a lot of potential in the future because they have a great team. They're very well funded, and the game is starting to look very fun, and they put a lot of attention to little details that gamers don't necessarily notice, but they enjoy it more because it's happening. For example, like when you kill someone, there's a screen shake. People don't usually notice that. So I think the attention to detail is amazing. The animation is amazing. The art style is amazing. So I think there's a lot of potential, but I can't do anything with Cypher yet.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. I've seen some of the stuff that I haven't. It's one that I haven't really experienced or dove too much into, but it looks really good. And I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to like really have something that I can jive into and is really playable. So it's definitely one that I have my eye on. So
I'll definitely be playing a lot of Cypher once it's out. I'm very excited to do that.
Awesome. All right. Next up on the list here, another card game, your favorite. Damn it, if these aren't your favorite, I swear there's a bunch of it. What do you think about Gods Unchained? TCG. I'll
put Gods Unchained at C. Okay. I don't like trading card games, but if there is a trading card game, I'll play. I loved Hearthstone. Like, I had a Hearthstone phase. So naturally, I like Gods Unchained. Like, those, I don't know. There's something about that style of card game that I really do enjoy. From time to time.
Yeah, and I mean, also one of the OGs on this list. They've been around since 2018, and I was in the closed beta for this game, testing it out early on, and I was like, man, this is gonna be hot. And then they're obviously Gods Unchained, the Immutable team is the team behind the game, and they've done so much here in the industry with really building out a lot of the rails that I think we're gonna see a lot of games using here over the next couple of years.
I think it's a great game. Like, if you like trading card games, you'll definitely love Gods Unchained.
Yeah. I agree. I think there's a lot of diversity there. Community is great. They've come out with some pretty good reward earnings. I just did a big pack opening, and we had a fun time on the channel, man. One of my agents, sent me a like $300 card because he got dupes, and I didn't get one when I was opening my packs, and I was like, holy shit.
$300.
Yeah. Legendary. It's crazy.
Insane.
But good stuff, man. Good stuff. Hey, before we jump onto the next game here, are you a sports game fan? Do you like sports games?
It's all right. I wouldn't say it's my go-to games, but I do enjoy it now and then.
Okay. What someone mentioned in chat, they mentioned STG football. I did a little review of that game about 2 weeks ago. It's kind of like an NFL Blitz style football game. It's a lot of fun, actually. Me too. I don't really jump into sports games too much, but this was like one of those quick match, very simple, but a lot of fun, straightforward stuff, multiplayer, which was just pretty cool.
I think I know what you're talking about. I might have seen it on Twitter.
Coming to Epic Game Store. So
Wow. So many games on Epic Game Store now.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Blowing up, man. Steam's getting a little jelly. They're like, come on, guys. What are you going to do? Come on. Come back. Please, come back. I don't get it, but, you know.
Well, that's good news.
It is good news. It is good. All right. Looking here at the back of the list. What do we think about Shrapnel? They come with some pretty hot-ass cinematics lately.
Yeah, man. That was a hot-ass trailer. Woo! I'll put it at C.
Fire.
That trailer was amazing, but just like Cypher, it's another game that I really, really want to play, but there's nothing I can do with Shrapnel yet. The multiplayer looks good. I mean, it's a bit choppy, but like, they're in alpha, so. Yeah,
you know, that was my comment when I saw the multiplayer footage, because they had a great cinematic, and then they came out the multiplayer footage just a few days ago or about a week ago. And I was like, I don't know, man. The movements look very, and I'm like, I get where they're going with it. Like, it's very, because that's what you kind of feel if you were moving, you're jumping around and like the screen. But I'm like, I don't know how that's gonna work in real life, man. Like, we'll see.
It's too realistic.
Too realistic, exactly. That's when we go a little bit too over the edge, man. It's too realistic.
But I think they have potential. I want to see more from them.
Yeah, and like I said, on this list we try to pick games that are playable, but there's a couple on here that are not necessarily playable. But it's okay to throw a couple in here once in a while and see what we think about them too. So yeah, NRP says Epic is flooded. When Steam said no more NFTs, Epic said, hey, bring it on. Yep, and now Epic is all about it.
Yeah,
we'll see what happens here in the future. All right, here's another big one. Illuvium. What do you think about Illuvium? Have you played their closed beta?
I have for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put them in B. It looks very fun, but I don't see myself spending too much time in auto battlers. Everything else about Illuvium is just like mind-blowingly amazing. It's just like the auto battler part. It's like, I don't know if I want to do this long term.
Yeah. I mean, I'm right there with you. Like, the auto battle stuff is not my faves. I really want to get to the open world. I want to see that open world, be flying around, and then, when you go into battle, then that's what you're kind of seeing as this auto battle thing, which I think, okay, that's okay. But I
think what could put Illuvium at A or S for me is from what I understand, you won't be able to see other people roaming around in the open world. You'll only see yourself. But if I had the ability to see other people, then that would be amazing, because I don't really want to collect all these awesome alluvials for nobody to see.
Right. That's a good point.
I'm not passionate about that.
That's a good point. I could definitely feel that. You want to show off those sweet ass alluvials and make people jealous. Like, hey, look, I caught this one. You don't got this.
Yeah, exactly. I want to show them how rich I am.
How can you become an alluvial master? On your quest to like be an alluvial master and not be able to show them off at the alluvial tournaments.
Exactly.
I get it. Oh man. All right. What do you think about Sandbox? A little bit different of a platform than the rest of the things on here. The rest of the games on here. But what do you think about Sandbox? What's your experience there?
I'll put Sandbox as B. At B. Because I think they have a lot of potential, a lot of great partnerships. They're doing a lot of amazing things. I did try the alpha. It's a lot of fun. And I think it's just another one of those projects that'll have a lot of potential and a lot of daily active users thanks to their partnerships. Like, they have crazy network effects.
Yeah.
I think, put them at B for now.
Okay, I feel that. I would put Sandbox a little bit higher just because of a lot of those things. I think that their approachability they have for their platform, with their partnerships, and then with the fact that like it can appeal to a pretty wide audience as well. And they've done a really good job, like I said, just getting everybody involved. Not only just big IPs, right? Like people Snoop Dogg, Walking Dead, things like that, but also with like cool IPs within our own space, right? So things like Bored Apes or CyberCon or some other larger projects that are also doing things. I'm building a game in the Sandbox. It's going to be Secret Agent theme, and it's a shooter.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
that's exciting stuff. Nice.
I know. I'm excited about it. I can't wait to share with everybody. Hopefully here in Alpha Season 4.
Damn, I want to play that.
Yeah,
I'll make a video on it.
You get to join me on a mission and become a secret agent and save San Angeles from certain defeat from the Neon Dusk. I gave away a lot right now. That's probably more than I've said about this game in general. I've showed some whips and stuff. Yeah, I showed some whips before, but we haven't talked too much about it. But it'll be good. It'll be fun. All right. Moving on here. Gen X Crypto says he has a hard time being interested in Sandbox. I mean, like I said, it's not necessarily for everybody, but I think that there is a lot there. You know, for like probably like more of a hardcore gamer, it's probably not going to be the platform of choice or the game of choice. But for the casual gamers out there, which I think that's a large swath of people,
I see Sandbox as it's also like a social hub. Like it's
Yeah.
it's more than just a game.
yeah, I agree. You know, kind of like Roblox. You're a fan of Roblox? You ever played Roblox or anything there?
I mean, I know about it, but I've never played it.
Yeah. Very much, you know, catered to a younger crowd. My daughter loves Roblox. She doesn't play Roblox as much these days, but man, for like a couple years there, couldn't get her off the damn thing. All right. Let's talk about MetaOps.
Oh, I'll put MetaOps at B.
Going B with MetaOps too. All right.
Yeah,
What do you think about the game? Tell us a little bit about it.
The game looks very polished. It looks super polished. I haven't had the chance to play it. I think there has been limited amounts of people that have been able to play it, but I just never had the chance to do it yet. But it looks very polished. It looks very fun. I love the sounds. I love the graphics. I love the way the guns look. I love the way the guns feel. So I'll put them at B. I think it's another first-person shooter with potential. And I'm putting them above Shrapnel because, well, their multiplayer looks better right now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I can feel that. Yeah. That's one I also have not been able to jump into. You know, like I said, when we talk about these games, man, I have a pretty large knowledge of all the games in the space, and I've played almost everything on here. But you know, it's hard to get into every one. It's hard getting into every single game. I mean, sometimes I'm streaming multiple times a day, and I still can't keep up with all the great games coming out, man.
Yeah.
So
it's impossible to try every game.
Crazy.
Now.
It's crazy. Yeah.
I'll die.
I know. But like it's the eat, sleep, breathe Web3. You know how it goes.
It's too much Web3.
Too much, man. It can be too much. All right. Here's a game that is a little bit different. Some of these. This is a racing game. We don't see a lot of racing games that have popped up in Web3. What do you think about Rev Racing?
I'll put Rev Racing at D. It looks
Going
fun,
D?
but I don't think I'll play a racing game for too long.
Right.
The graphics, I'm not a big fan of the Rev Racing graphics.
Yeah.
I know it's still early, but right now it doesn't really do it for me.
Yeah. It needs some work. Probably. I mean, like if you like racing, if you're really passionate about racing games and you love Web3 and you're like, I'm only going to play Web3 games and I need a racing game, then, you know, Rev Racing may fit the bill. I think that, you know, there's some potential there. I think that they could probably continue to develop it and be a decent game. But, you know, there's definitely better games out there. You know, there's better games on this list too.
Yeah.
What do you guys think in chat about Rev Racing? Anybody played Rev Racing? Anybody got any different opinion on that one? I'd love to hear what you guys think about that one. Not like I said, not a lot of racing games out there. So, all right, next up on our list, and we're getting here close to the end, man. What do you think about My Pet Hooligan?
I'll put My Pet Hooligans at A.
Going A.
I
Making
love
that
My
A
Pet
tier.
Like over the past few months, I've just fallen in love with that project. It's such a vibe. I think the branding is just like on point. The characters are so memorable, it's so funny, and every time they come on my Twitter, I have to look at it because, well, it makes my day better, and I love their alpha. Like, I genuinely enjoyed it. I think, it's a bit choppy. You know, the graphics are a bit like, I don't know, foggy right now, but it's got so much potential. I just love it. I just want to play more of it.
Yeah, I would agree, man. I would put it at like an A or maybe even an S tier, with, you know, in comparison to a lot of these games, because I agree they have a really great brand, really great marketing. You know, I love that they're very focused on the characters and on the animation. I mean, this is coming from, you know, what we consider like a you know, classic type of animation studio that does a lot of TV and you know, movie work, and they're kind of making this game here, and so it really shows. You know, in the animation and the characters, in the you know, vibrancy of the, you know, what they call the rabbit hole area that you can play in right now. And I played it with the team last week, and you know, everyone they put a bounty on my head. They're literally like, hey, anyone that kills Stash, we're gonna give him some carrots or some shit. I'm like, oh, come on, guys. So the people coming out, like, I just have bombs just dropping on me all day long, and you know, I'm trying to avoid it. And we had a great time, man. It was good. But I told myself, look, damn it, guys. I can't play this damn game again if you cannot give me some sort of mustache to throw on my hoolie. So we got to get a mustache wearable, and the team's working on it.
Fair request. Very fair request.
It's fair request. Yeah. Looks like other people like MPH too. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, I think.
Most people do, actually.
Yeah. You know, and it's one of those games where, you know, you got to have an NFT to kind of play the early access, but, you know, they have these hall pass things, which I learned about, and, you know, you could go, you essentially get to play for free without having to have an NFT. And people are like, oh, how do you get these hall pass? Like, what do you got? You got to be a guild. They're like, well, you know, yeah, but maybe you just go on their Discord and ask really nicely, and they hook you up. And I think they're a pretty cool team. And you know, I was excited to hear them say that, you know, like, hey, just come be a part of our community, and you know, maybe ask nicely, and we can hook you up. So I think that's pretty cool.
I think most games, they want to let you try the alpha.
Yeah.
But they just need you to work a little bit because they can't, you know, release it completely yet. If not, maybe the game will crash. I don't know what's going on, but they want you to try it.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, and, you know, with so many games, and, you know, I wouldn't say so few users, but in Web3, yes, you know, I think that you want to get as many people in to test your game and to try it out and to give you some feedback. And if they're interested, why not? You know, if they're interested, why not?
Yeah.
All right, we got 2 left here. Only 2 left. Our time coming short here, Mr. Buffessor. What do you think about Phantom Galaxies?
I'll put Phantom Galaxies at C.
Go and C with it. All right.
Yeah. What would you put it at?
Well, hold on. What's your experience with Phantom Galaxies? Have you played it? Have you jumped in? Do you know much about it?
I have played it. I've played it for a bit. I don't know. It looks great. But after I got into it, I'm just like, I don't know if this is something I want to play for a very long time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like on when I saw the video of it, it looks very polished and everything. It's fun, but like, I don't know.
Not your game, huh?
That doesn't hit. It doesn't hit the spot for me.
Right. Okay. Personally, I'm a big fan. I like what they're doing. I think that they have a really great space MMO style that they built out. I love being able to fly in a ship and then change to a mech, and like you have different guns, and like that really just gets me, man. And then you throw in some like crazy plasma swords that you can slice your enemies with as a mech too, and they actually have a pretty good story element too that they've been developing, and that's something that I feel like a lot of these games have missed out. They're not a ton of these games do a great job of like telling a narrative type of story, and Phantom Galaxies I think is exceptional, and I think they've done that really well so far. So
maybe you have to give it a second try.
Yeah, I mean, try the latest episode 4. It was actually pretty cool, man. I think that they did. That was obviously one of the best ones in my opinion, but it just gets better as they go.
Yeah. No, sometimes you play the game more and you start to enjoy it more as well. So maybe some of these games that I put in C that have potential or is fun, I should give it a try again. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's one thing is that seeing stuff about it and then actually experiencing it is another thing.
Yeah.
And it's hard. You know, a lot of people are saying, well, why is he having his guests rate all these video games and they've never played even half of this shit? And I'm like, well, man, there's a lot of games out there. And, to only rate like a couple games that someone has played, I think it's good to be able to, see what people think about their first impressions of something, because that's exactly what, the traditional gaming world is doing too. Maybe they don't play it. They see a little trailer here, a thing there, and and they're making their impressions based upon that. So I think that's actually pretty valuable. And so I just want to kind of put that out there for everybody.
Like for example, Axie Infinity could be the most fun game ever. I'm not saying it is, but it could be the most fun game ever. But people look at it and they'll just laugh and they'll never try it.
Yeah. It's true. All right, last but not least, a little bit, like I said, a little bit of a different, platform here, a little bit of a different game, we'll call it. But what do you think about Other Side, the metaverse coming from Yuga Labs and the Bored Ape Yacht Club world?
I'll put them at C because it definitely does have a lot of potential. It's created by Yuga Labs. They're very well funded.
Okay.
They're a phenomenon, I guess, and it looks great so far. But just like Cypher and some of the other games in C, I can't do anything with the Other Side yet. It's just kind of there.
Are you a Bored Ape holder or like a mutant, or do you have anything that from the ecosystem, any NFTs that you own from the Bored Ape universe?
I do have ApeCoin, but I don't have any other NFTs.
Got you. Okay. Yeah, I mean, other side, one of the things that interests me the most is the technology behind getting all these people in a server in a seamless, way. And we talk about like, wow, this was a pretty big accomplishment when you think about concurrent users in a space. It's something we've been continuing to push here in the MMO world, we'll say, where you can have lots of people in one server and not have to keep sharding out a bunch of servers because 50,000 people want to play and you can't put them all in one place, which may not make sense in general. But if you could have a couple thousand, versus just 500 or 200 or 100, I think that is a lot better, in my opinion. So,
yeah. So what do you think about my list?
What's that?
What do you think about my list?
I think you played it safe, man.
Wow, played it safe.
I think you played. You got nothing in the S tier, and you got nothing wrecked.
Well, I don't think anything is wrecked. I don't believe that things are ever wrecked. If there's a will, there's a way.
There's a will, there's a way. The mighty, optimism of the Buffessor here, guys, has left us with some wise words. There are no wrecked games. If there is a will and people paying and holding your bags, there's a way.
It's fine, as long as someone's holding your bags.
It's true. As long as it could pump again. That game could pump again, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, in the last bull market, Chubbies, which is a rug pull project, pumped to like 0.5 ETH, which is like couple $1,000 each. If that project can pump, any wrecked game can pump, maybe except for Axies.
And that's something we kind of see in general in NFTs and sometimes in gaming. I think maybe not as much in gaming, but definitely in NFTs where you have these projects come out of nowhere and it's like, oh my gosh, it's a 10 ETH floor out of it, and like I've never even heard of this project. Where did this even come from? Like we were talking about one here on the Monday show, and it was one of those ones where it's like, I don't understand how they got to this point, but okay, apparently they raised like $200 million, but it's the Daijiku. Do you know about those NFTs and what's going on there? Like
Daijiku?
Yeah, I don't know.
I've never heard of it.
I had never heard of it either. What's that?
$200 million. They raised that much?
Apparently so. Yeah, this company, Limit Break, made it's like a waifu. It's like a waifu collector game, I think is what it is. And they're apparently going to be having an ad in the Super Bowl this year. And I was like, what?
They must have some mad connections to be able to pull that off.
Yeah, it's all about the money, man. I'm like, all right, dude. And then, sure enough, I go and look on OpenSea, and their last collection, it's a 12 ETH floor for these NFTs. It's a collection of like 2,500. I don't know, man. We'll see. I think maybe it's one of those things that's just very much, a crypto bro specific type of project, and I don't know. We'll see it.
Who knows?
Yeah. Who knows, man, for sure.
I'm safe.
Well, hey.
My list is gone.
Let's go. Let's go. All right, man. Buffessor, man, thank you so much for joining us here today, man, and giving us your ratings, your rankings here on some of the top Web3 games here that we've been playing in the space. I really appreciate you guys for hanging out with us, and all you agents out there watching. Make sure you go give Buffessor a follow. Follow his content on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, all of that jazz there. And thank you so much for joining us, man. I hope you had a good time, and we'd love to have you on the show some other time, man.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Thank you for having me on, and I would love to be on again.
Awesome, man.
By the way.
All right, guys. I think that's all we have for today, agents. Secret Agent Stash. Over and out.
Peace.